Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're not just analyzing a topic from the outside. We're actually cracking open the playbook from a whole community of modern tech leaders. We're going to see their biggest struggles, their greatest opportunities, and what they really think the future of leadership looks like. So let's just cut right to the chase with the big question. In this age of AI, where technology is automating so much, what's the one human skill that actually helps you get ahead, get promoted, and make a real difference? Now, the insights you're about to see come straight from a survey of seasoned technology leaders. So this isn't some academic theory, okay? This is a real-time snapshot from the people who are right there on the front lines of business and technology today. So first up, let's get a feel for the world these leaders are operating in. And honestly, it's less of a workplace and more of a pressure cooker, all defined by this one fundamental tension. And this is the core conflict, the constant tug of war. On one hand, you've got the day-to-day operational stuff, just keeping the lights on. But on the other hand, you're expected to drive growth, innovate, and figure out this whole AI thing. You're constantly being pulled in two completely opposite directions. And when you dig in, that one tension just explodes into this whole list of shared struggles. The number one challenge? Leading through constant rapid-fire change. But look at the others, trying to influence execs, balancing security with the need to move fast, rebuilding trust, and just finding the right people. I mean, does any of this sound familiar? And this quote from one of the leaders just nails that top challenge. It's not about managing a single project anymore. The real work is helping people cope with the fact that change is recurring. It's the new normal. And that can lead to some serious burnout and resistance. So with all that pressure, what's the answer? Well, funny enough, it's not a new piece of technology. According to these leaders, the solution is all about doubling down on the one thing technology just can't replace: the human edge. So, what's the most critical skill for getting ahead in the AI era? The number one answer was emotional intelligence, or EQ. It's that ability to build trust, handle conflicts, and just read a room. And here's the bottom line, folks. AI cannot do this for you. So what does EQ actually look like in practice? Well, the leaders we heard from kept it really simple. First off, it's that gut feeling, that intuition to accurately read the room, to pick up on the stuff that's not being said and adjust what you're doing. And it's not about having all the answers. Actually, it's pretty much the opposite. It's about having a mindset of being humble and curious, being open to learning, admitting what you don't know, and asking really good questions. And this just brilliantly shows why it all matters. Reading the room, being humble, these aren't just nice-to-have soft skills. They are the absolute bedrock of trust. And as one leader put it, without that foundation, you just can't lead. Simple as that. This table brings it all together really nicely. Yeah, EQ is right there at the top. But notice the pattern in the other big skills: cultural literacy, strategic AI adoption, communication. None of these are purely technical. The big takeaway here is that modern leadership is this blend of deep human insight and really sharp strategic thinking. All right, so knowing the right skills is step one, but how do you actually apply them to grow your career? Well, these leaders identified a pretty clear path to getting more influence and making a bigger impact. The survey revealed this very clear career path. A lot of leaders start out as technical executors, right? The experts who just get things done. But the real path to the top involves evolving, first into a strategic advisor, and then ultimately a business value creator. That's someone who can directly connect tech projects to real business outcomes. So where are the biggest opportunities right now? Well, leaders see clear paths to the C-suite, but it's how they get there that's so fascinating. It's about leading those huge transformation projects, getting better at storytelling so people see you as essential, and building those critical relationships with senior execs. It's really about moving beyond your job title to influence the whole company. And this brings us to a really critical finding. When we asked these leaders what one topic they most wanted to learn about to help them grab these opportunities, the answer was, well, it was incredibly consistent. It wasn't a specific coding language or some new AI tool. It wasn't about project management frameworks. The single most requested area for development was something much, much more fundamental to leadership. The number one skill they wanted to master: executive communication and influence. They get it. They know that to make that jump from executor to value creator, you have to master the art of influencing the most senior people in the room. This quote from a leader in the survey, it just says it all. The key isn't just to communicate, it's to speak the language of the business, to translate technical projects into the language of revenue, risk, and results. You have to talk the talk of the CEO and the CFO. That's the master key that unlocks influence at the top. So, what do you do with insights like these? For this group, the feedback doesn't just go into a report to collect dust. They're actually using it to shape a leadership lab, a community where leaders can help each other master these exact skills. This shows a really powerful model for growth. The group is evolving by focusing on what works: more peer-to-peer discussions, deeper engagement with case studies, and way more interaction over just sitting through presentations. It's a perfect example of putting that human edge idea right at the center of how you develop. And this brings us to our final critical takeaway. That old saying is so true. What got you here, your technical expertise, your ability to execute, it won't get you there. The game has changed. So the question we'll leave you with is this: what will?